Hello, welcome to the It's 420 Somewhere show. I'm your host, Christian Methuen. We're waiting on our co-host, Pat from Amesbury, but we are joined by McFuss Daddy and by Stone 420 Minifan. What's up, guys?
Hey, long time no see.
Yeah, matter of hours.
Yeah.
So we're on to talk about the Kirk live show last night that Zach was unfortunately not able to make it to. But McFuss Daddy and myself were both there. Zach just dropped out. He'll be back, I'm sure. So we're here to talk about the live show and our impressions of it. I will say, actually, we should be reviewing the whole weekend, right? So
Yeah.
that's generally the way this goes. So we'll start off by getting right out of the way with all the controversy that didn't happen. There was, as far as I know, no misbehavior, no attempted assaults of any type. It's funny. It feels like we just left that element off the guest list this time. Zach's back.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you guys. I just got out and came back in.
Yeah, no worries.
Welcome back.
We're back now. We have a strong amount of people watching. 3.
Get those numbers up.
Yeah, when you do a out of nowhere kind of show, and you don't have big numbers to start with, you can't expect people to.
Right around average for this time.
But yeah, so there wasn't any controversy. The weekend started out for me when Pat and I showed up there and walked into Cabbie Shack, and Nipples is screaming my name from a table, so we know immediately where we're sitting. Walk in and see McFuss Daddy. He is surrounded by people that each outage him by 25 years at the minimum. Felt bad for the kid.
The 4 people sitting there, I was sitting there with, might have been an average or a total age of like 240. That's
yeah.
Isn't that something? Even though I was very happy to see you guys walk in.
I'm sure you guys had a lot in common.
Oh yeah, so much other than the show. A lot of really good, deep conversation.
We did get to spend a good amount of time Friday night with John Pelletier and Joanne, his girlfriend. That was
How's she? Is she a nice lady?
She is a nice lady. She's she said on the show she's what did she say? She's something in a glass. She's a blast in a glass.
Blast in a glass. She's exactly what you think she probably looks like and acts like and sounds like. No, she was perfect. She's exactly what you wanted her to be. She had a nice little tattoo right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's definitely the leader of that relationship, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He does what she says. Although it was really funny when he announced to the bar who his hall pass would be, and it was Allison.
It was who?
What's her name? Allison. What's her former screen name was Allison T. Boston, right?
Oh, yeah. Allison from Boston, yeah.
So she was sitting right there, and she was visibly affected by this news.
Yeah, but the man's all cocked, so she shouldn't mind. You know?
She was shaking. I think Joanne was telling her how much she'd like it. Like it was...
Yeah, it was an odd situation.
Boy.
It was definitely an odd situation there. What else happened that first night? So then Lauren showed up with she came with Allison and B&B, and they hung out for a while. But I mean, it was really kind of a low-key version of a Minifan event. There wasn't the crazy partying that there usually is.
I think after Portland, everyone's kind of probably still a little gun shy.
I think so. And there was only the one really badly behaved person.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah. When the bar was a lot different, there's a lot of like outside forces there. It was a beach bar. Somebody said that there was some kind of wedding going on and then a reunion, and all those people were coming to the bar. So there was a lot of people that didn't know why we were there, or like why the band was there.
Yeah, especially that Friday night. There weren't a lot of us there.
I'd say there's probably about 25 to 30, but I mean, we were outnumbered 3 or 4 to 1 by just.
Yeah, in Portland, that entire bar was Minifans, pretty much.
Yeah, we didn't take over the spot for sure. Mm-hmm. But, it was still a good time.
Yeah.
Then the Saturday there was the cornhole tournament, which was not great for the 420 boys because I suck at cornhole. So bad.
I couldn't believe the first time you threw it. You got to get a little arch on it, just a little.
Well, the first one I threw, the very first one I threw, I don't know if you were there yet, but it almost went in.
Oh, that was a good start.
And then every other one, I mean, I was missing the board totally.
Not to be a dick, I could see Chris throwing like the first one overhand, you know?
No, everything was overhand, but my issue, and it's going to sound like an excuse, but it probably wouldn't have, if this wasn't the case, it wouldn't have changed anything, but it's on the beach, right? And right where you would plant to throw, it was like a divot I kept sliding into, so I never knew where my foot was going to be, so it was in my mind, it was pulling my aim off. In reality, my aim is just bad.
Needed a grounds crew to come out there and fix the mound.
You know, they didn't do it. They didn't do a good job.
That sounds like sabotage to me.
Yeah. So the guys we were playing against was I don't even remember. It was team 3 nuts. So 1 nut guy's team, but I don't know. Either way, there was 2 guys that I hadn't met before then. My memory was not great, so I don't remember everyone's name. But they won. They beat Pat because Pat scored all our points.
Yeah, the beach, the little outlet, right? The sand outlet right there.
Yeah. Quote beach. It's true. It's beach sand. It was 15 feet wide by 20 feet long.
But yeah, Biodude's house was pretty cool, just in general. He had a nice view of that pond.
Oh, it's not a bad place at all.
No.
I know there was one person who was a friend of ours who parked their car kind of close to someone's driveway, and they had a handwritten note left for him. Half passive aggressive about not parking there.
Well, whatever. They'll never be back.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? But so what else happened there? Oh, you know what else happened there? So during that cornhole tournament, there was. Let me see if I can find the picture I'm looking for. There was a very, very unfortunate picture of me taken. That because I am quick to throw up pictures of other people when they do stupid shit, I have to do the same to me. And of course, I didn't label these. So bear with me real quick. Yeah, this is the one. So this, unfortunately, is a very bad angle for me. My arms are stretched back. My gut's sticking out. I look terrible.
That's never the angle. That's worse than Cullinane's picture the other day.
I was about to say, Cullinane paid someone to take that picture. To take the heat off of him.
So, but the funny thing was that was a much larger picture, and you had to zoom in, and someone, of course, did. That's the people we are around. So someone zooms in and sees that, and they're like, "Oh, well, I got to use this," and I would have done the same. But then it opens the door for some other things. Like this is my favorite by far. Me against 3 sumo.
I would take you right there.
I don't know. I think I'm fucked. I mean, that's 3-on-1. Although I am clearly the second best looking guy in that ring.
I don't know. You can only see one other face.
It doesn't matter. I'm still better looking than them. But then after that, I saw this one. This one made me laugh really, really hard. Because there's me from a better angle. Look I look great next to me not looking so great.
5 minutes.
Now, what's funny is the first picture was taken second. That was later on in the night. So it was actually not 5 minutes earlier to 5 minutes later. It was the other way around. But it doesn't matter. It's still funny. So I wanted to make sure I took an opportunity to make fun of me since I am quick to put weird pictures or whatever of whoever else up. So I got to do the same thing to me, right?
Yeah, gotta protect the integrity of the 420 show.
You know?
Yeah.
Some people question it. Others just, I don't know. They don't, I guess. So then after the cornhole tournament was the actual show. Well, I blew over a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, here's Pat.
Hey,
what's up,
Hello, Pat?
What's up?
Did you just jumped in, or were you able to see any of the show to this point?
I haven't watched a goddamn thing.
you missed a lot.
I was just about to say all you missed was us making fun of me.
Oh, why? Because of that? Because you got there was a gotcha moment.
Yeah, the reverse gotcha moment got me here. But then that led to this. And then that led to this one, where I don't know, that I look great in that one picture. And then not so much in the second picture.
Well, it's not a bodybuilding gathering for sure. So,
hey, I think one of my replies at the beginning was, "Yeah, it doesn't look good, but I'm still an 8 in the Minifan world."
Yeah.
You know, I saw a lot worse bodies than mine, and mine's not great. I won't lie about it.
like I said, it's definitely not a
I look at this body every day.
bodybuilding podcast that we all listen to.
For sure. Although, and before I move on to what our thoughts on last night's show might be, I do want to show this one. I got this picture. Rest in peace to BioDude's mother's chair that was crushed by Montante.
Yeah, that's a tough scene. You just
All
can't
right.
sit through a chair like that.
You know? It was a shame. Perfectly good chair, gone too soon. Thoughts and prayers to the chair.
And
I'll never forget.
he can't rip on Daver anymore because I've never seen Daver break a chair.
Daver must have like incredible stamina because he did not sit down at all.
He's a waiter. He's moving around all
That's
the time.
right too. He's in the service industry, so
Yeah.
those guys never sit.
100% true.
Stone, where were you this weekend?
I got out of work. I ended up getting out of work at 7.
What the
So
heck, dude?
We're busy. So, and Plymouth's an hour and 40 minutes from me.
No, I know.
You know. And then Friday night, I just couldn't fucking. Yeah, I was at work late again.
Friday night wasn't a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
it was fun hanging out, but it definitely wasn't as memorable as Portland.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
We were
Yeah,
missing
yeah.
we were missing a lot of big names though. There were we didn't have a BA going around higher than a kite. We didn't have the Trouble from Wagon. We didn't have Sneaks.
Yeah.
So
Was missed.
Yeah, a lot
there
of-
were people missing that but we did spend some time with a new person. Well, new person to me. To have spent time with in person was Squid. Squid's a great guy.
Squid's solid guy.
yeah, I met him. He was fun. He's a new king of the Minifans I saw.
Someone said
Apparently, I think Daver crowned him the new king of the Minifans. That is yet to be official, I would assume.
I would assume there's going to be a fight to the death.
It might be.
There might be a
It
1v1
might
in
be-
the future.
Maybe they have a race. I don't know.
So is Pig Virus going live right now too?
I don't know because it seemed like they dropped that idea for some reason. Maybe they didn't have any controversy either.
No, I guess he's not.
And it's like 8 o'clock in the morning there. There's no way.
He's probably waiting
Don't
until
forget
fucking
memes.
10
Memes was
o'clock
there.
this time. I see memes fucking almost all the time now. So
I mean, I don't see him all the time, but when I do, he reminds me of the time he caught me trying to take a picture of his camera roll. It reminds me of that real quick every time. It's not wrong to do
Big
so, by the way.
Barrier. Taking a picture of something else, and he just happened to be there.
Yeah, he was explaining to me how he makes memes. And I was like, I'm not going to remember this. So I start snapping pictures. And he's like, wait a minute, motherfucker. You can't do that.
The funniest though was that bio dudes, and so I'm talking with memes, and he looks over and there's this guy who's got a plumbing shirt of the company that Titan works for. So he was like, "Is that Titan?" I was like, "I don't think that's Titan," because I would assume he would say he was here, and he would say, "Hey, I'm Titan, by the way," anyway, because he knows what I look like. He knows, the majority of us. It would have been known very, very quickly. So the guy is walking down that little hill area to get to the beach area, the water.
Yeah.
At BioDunes, and fucking Meme just goes, "Hey, Titan," just to see if it was him. It was just wicked funny. Like, not even loud enough for the guy to hear it, but it was just funny how he was like, "Hey, Titan," as the guy was walking by. But obviously, it was not.
None of us had the guts to open that trap door on the side of his house, though.
Squid didn't even want me walking that close to it. I think he figured it was going to like pop open and hands were going to come on and just drag you in there.
My
You know,
idea was going to be
Zelda.
for someone to stand just around the corner and make a child's voice saying let me out, and I couldn't get a chance to do it.
It's like
that's where Molly Bish and Holly Peranian are.
oh Jesus Christ. That's where they've been.
They're still alive.
Yeah.
He's the new Ariel Castro. He has live people living in his fucking basement for 30 years.
Oh God.
That's pretty hilarious.
Bio Dudes was a good time. It made me think like, fuck, man, I could easily do this in my house because
I think your house is set up better for it.
It's a lot bigger of a yard and more people. Like it seemed kind of crammed. It was gracious of him to host us, but it did seem a little crammed. But I
wouldn't do that at my house because mine is tiny.
But it was fun with the cornhole. We didn't last very long as expected.
I mean, I tried to talk shit leading up to, but knowing there was no fucking way.
Figured maybe we would catch fire. We started off strong. We were up 3-0. We ended up losing 21-3.
Oh, right.
How was that 3-0?
We were up 3-0 at one point, so I'll take that.
At least you were in it for a little while.
Hey man, Patriots when they lost 46-10 to the Bears, they're up 3-0 at one point too. So you take it.
Well, I was telling them my first practice throw damn near went in the hole, and then nothing else went close for the rest of the fucking day.
You almost took out the one of our opponents.
I was aiming for him.
Oh, so that was it. So we would just win by default is what you wanted to try to pull.
I was trying to hit him in the balls. I almost hit him in the head.
Default works.
Hey, win's a win.
I was before the match started. I was trying to. Oh, we don't have an opponent. We win. That's all. We move on.
Yeah, Chris tried to do that real quick.
Didn't happen.
Didn't give the guys time to shake their dick off to get there. Or the piss. It was like, oh no, sorry.
Well, that was pretty much what happened to me and Box Eating Dad. His Uber dropped him off on the other side of the pond.
He was telling
he was telling us.
Yeah, so he showed up late, and we just got pretty much a bye to the semifinals. And
that's all we needed to do is just come late then.
Yeah, that was it. And
I would have gone to the bathroom.
Box Eating Dad.
They wouldn't have taken my picture.
Big, solid dude. He's a great dude. Nice to meet him. I had met Squid before, so I would probably say Box Eating Dad, my favorite new Minifan that I met.
See, I have to go with Squid, even though I've talked to Squid a bunch of times. I hadn't met him in person. But Box Eating Dad is a great guy. He was going to try to come on here, but when I talked to him, he was still driving home. So I'm sure he went home and crashed. And, I told him, oh, don't worry about this if you're still just fucking trying to get home. Get home first.
How long are you guys going to be on for?
Not long. Maybe just till the end of the hour or
like till like 7.
Yeah, unless we have something to talk about.
All right, I just have to go get my son at his friend's house, so I'll be back on once I get back.
Cool.
No worries.
I may ask you guys in a little bit
later.
It was funny though when so Friday night we were all at the Cabbie Shack and I was like, yeah, I definitely want to smoke, but I need to eat first. And so I ate, Chris ate, and then we were like, all right, Fuss, we're going to go fucking smoke a joint. Let's go. And I knew it was going to happen. And of course, when we came back, we heard like the waitress was losing her shit because she thought we fucking skipped on the bill.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we're just going to get high real quick. We're coming back. Don't worry. We're going to order more.
I grabbed her right away and settled up to where I was. I was like, okay.
Right. I saw that. I still had a few more drinks, so then I closed it. But because what did she say? Yeah, she had people bounce on her earlier in the week.
Yeah.
And we were out there for a good minute or so she was in the right mind probably.
But there was other people at the table that were vouching for us. No, they didn't. They'll be back. It was one of the cleaner Minifan events, more due to the absence of particular people.
Particular sloppy ones.
I can't really think of their names, but
it smelled a lot better. It smelled a lot better.
It smelled a lot better. But yeah, other than that, it was all right. That Friday night wasn't too bad. The Saturday was fun. Right up until even including the show. I had fun at the show. I didn't love, and I'm going to give my review right now. I'm not the biggest fan of the songs. I don't think Kirk is a particularly good singer.
Maybe
And I know that's the joke. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make it like that, but so I don't get into the songs, especially when they're a lot of the same songs from the last time, and there's not really like Born in the USA just because it's a Bruce song and it's a sing along. I don't know. I didn't dig a lot of it. Last Dance with Mary Jane, I really like, or Mary Jane's Last Dance, whichever. But I like that song a lot, but I like it when Tom Petty sings it.
Yeah. That's what
I
like.
Personally, go ahead.
I like a few songs. Because I like the band. I think the band's pretty good. They're really good Friday night. But I think they definitely added a few songs to sell more drinks, which they told us they were going to do. Which is, I mean, you can't really fault them for it. But I definitely think they added a couple just to sell some drinks.
Julie's nice though. I like Julie now. I mean, I know not that I didn't like her before, but Julie, maybe I'm one of the few Julie fans. Too many songs. Actually, there was less songs this show than there were at
But there was zero trace of the podcast that everyone listens to that went there for the. You know what I mean? And maybe that was by design too. I think McFuss Daddy and I were talking about this, where you had said, "Oh, it's turned into more." Well, the live shows are almost like a variety show.
Yeah, you get the clips, and then the one skit they did with Dave and Steve screaming at each other, where they almost got in a fight. That was hilarious. Yeah.
I liked a lot of the clips. I didn't like them all, but I liked most of them. I
mean, you had Whitney there. Could you not have talked to Whitney for like 20 minutes?
Why is Blind Mike sitting up there? Use him. I'm a big Blind Mike fan, and he doesn't get to do anything on these shows except for the pre-recorded stuff.
He didn't even do a stand-up thing. I mean, we call Dale all the time. Why can't Mike do a 5-minute stand-up?
Right.
He could have done that instead of friggin' Andy Mayo standing up there doing 11 push-ups.
I mean, I didn't hate the.
I mean, Mayo could have done the push-ups while Mike was doing the stand-up.
It's true. I like the idea of having. If the crowd would have kept going with the boos, it was a really good effort at first when they started booing him, and then it tailed off and it was gone.
Everybody got thirsty.
A couple minutes.
He doesn't even have X-Pac heat. He doesn't have any heat.
So
luckily I was able to take a piss at Cabby before, and so I didn't have to piss at the show because I knew this bathroom situation was probably going to be fucking brutal. Pig Virus can clip all he wants. There's plenty of tweets of him saying it was a bad show, and he wasn't even there. He wasn't even there.
I know that's what we're here for, is to talk about the show, but I want to go into one thing real quick. Speaking of Pig Virus, and how he took down our show and tried to ban us from the network because Tony was doing the insensitive eye gesture. And with that being said, why isn't Menners leading the charge to take this off KMS?
Load up, Dave? Load up? Oh, let's go. Hello.
Hello, Father John?
Yes?
Father. Hello.
Hello.
Oh. My father there?
Father John, yes.
My
John,
father?
John, that's your son. That's your son.
John, no good driver when drunk.
Well.
No good driver, John.
Don't you call him Dad? You let him call you by your name, John?
He's my father. And Mama, no give you money, John. No give you money.
No. There you go. Well, there you go. Thank you very much. That seems inappropriate. I will say that.
So if that's what's on the regular show, why is what happened on our show so bad to cause this rift and age restrict us and all this other stuff? What's up with that? How is that?
Well, we'll see if he can explain that, because I'm sure he'll get that clip to him. So we'll see if he responds to it or not. But I mean, it even goes back to before when Kurt got into that accident on 128 or 95, whatever, and
he didn't have his
that guy would call in.
Yeah. He told Kirk all the time, you don't have your brinker. Now, that's not me making fun. I was talking about what the caller said.
A parody of a parody.
Yeah, that's parody law. That's like bird law and any other kind of obscure law. We'll keep pretending that
Menners is going on at 8.
Where's he going? When's he going on now?
8:30.
8:30 our time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad we're beating him to the punch then. since he has none of the, he'll have none of the weekend lead up, all that boringness that wasn't as fun as the last one. But
So when you walked in, and I walked in, and initially I had like 5 people tell me, "You got to go see the projector. You got to go see the projector. Go see the projector screen." Everybody's having a great time just walking in and looking at that. I can't believe how small it was.
yeah, I thought it was a joke when people were saying, "Oh, they went and bought a TV at Best Buy or whatever the fuck, just to hang up there as the big screen." I get there, oh, you know what? They kind of did.
The screen for me wasn't an issue. The screen was big enough for me, but
We were kind of right there, though.
I don't
see
think.
that-
I think even if you were up further, the screen I think was fine. You pretty much could catch the gist of most of the videos. It was just the audio was pretty bad, and you could put that more on the engineer who was in the back of the theater. They probably didn't know his ass from fucking apple butter when it came to doing that shit.
He
So-
wasn't doing shit the whole show. He was just sitting there the whole time. We were looking down. We were in the balcony, so it was kind of loud up there. We could hear everything, but he was just sitting there, like not really paying attention, not like he didn't want to fix anything.
Now
Yeah,
I might
you
be.
opened on Dante?
Yeah, with him and
Yeah,
his buddy.
I might be slightly retarded, but I kind of thought, and maybe I'm way wrong, but I thought that the microphones not being charged might have been a bit of a bit. Like
was that
staged.
the whole issue? The fucking because the mics weren't charged up. That's why I kept cutting in and out.
That's what they were saying, or at least I heard on the show.
And we don't
I
know.
don't know any inside information. That's what I thought was happening.
Yeah, it's gotta
Again, I might be completely retarded.
be.
It happens. 2-part question. Where is Tony? Where is Clyde? Discuss. Well, Tony's an easier one. Clyde, we don't know. Clyde was supposed to be there, kind of disappeared.
Claims he was on his way.
He pulled the Scranton card.
We have Clyde from Scranton, who said he was here. Said he was in Natick, and then he was on his way, and then we haven't heard from him since.
Damn shame. Next. So
And then today, it was funny today. I was talking to East Coast Cowboy, the gentleman who showed his asshole on this program, because why are all these comments coming in right now? Oh, McNeil's like way behind. What a fucking shitbag.
he was in the pre-show.
Oh, he was.
His chair.
So that Cowboy was pretty bummed out that we didn't put Tony on last night just by himself, which we probably should have done. But I'm still figuring out if I want to. I still want to figure out if I want to do a show with Tony. Tony's been very reckless in the private chats, sending certain appendages of himself. So I'm pretty upset with him about that. So I don't know if I want to do a show with him moving forward.
Tony, you got to
I
save that
agree with
grinder.
Samuel. We do need a Saka.
I think Saco is going to happen in October. Yeah, exactly. It's just the one big fucking tailgate. We got the 420 tent and everything will be good. That's Starstruck from this morning. Fucking dickhead. I fucking left.
The traffic wasn't worth it.
He's
Jay
such a
couldn't get. Jay got hung up on when he tried to beg for
Right.
ULP.
no one would give him. No one
So
would give
now
him.
he's going to say the traffic was too bad when he was bumming a ride off his dad to go to Maine.
Traffic was
He couldn't get a
fine.
ride
Both-
any other time before that.
Both days, traffic was fine.
Kid's full of shit.
Yeah, but didn't he say he went to go get edibles in Maine?
That's what he told Dever.
Yeah.
McNeil is not a saint. He's actually kind of a piece of shit. Scumbag.
I mean, McNeil should come back. He was on for a bit. He came in. First thing he said is, "Are we live?" I said no. He said, "Oh, good."
he wasn't even there.
He was not there.
He's way behind, so he's not even going to respond to this until later on, which will
He'll
probably
probably
be.
just text you, or he'll comment and we'll be off the air.
He can just comment to himself. He's obviously fucking because he said I'm not on, so he's obviously watching.
We were able to,
I did not eat any of the food that came off of BioDude's grill. We're not going to say it was nasty.
It actually everything looked okay, but the pictures leading up to made me nervous. That and people eating steak with their bare hands kind of turned me off.
Somebody brought a ton of food that they made before, like 14 pounds of that pulled pork and all that chicken, that smoked chicken. Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember his name, but shout out that guy. He was,
I know Harmon brought the steaks, right?
I think so.
Kept telling us they were $100 steaks.
He did bring back his spaces. I was ready to go to bed last night, and all of a sudden, I think it was Killer who said that BA's doing a spaces. So
And then
I just-
you hosted it, right? Co-hosted?
yeah, I went in just to listen. He made me a co-host, so I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll talk for a little bit. But I'm like fading quick from these edibles that I had taken earlier before the show.
No, I know you were fading because I fell asleep in your car on the way home, and then you fucking pulled up at my house and oh shit, I'm bye.
I was fucking hauling.
How much edibles did you eat?
I ate 5 gummies that were 10 milligrams each, so 50 milligrams total. And I was feeling pretty good.
No, we were smoking all day, dabbing all day.
Yeah.
Had 2 or 3 drinks probably.
I didn't have.
I mean,
Friday,
you weren't cocked, but I saw you ordered a couple at least. I don't know. I wasn't counting, but
I didn't get cocked. I didn't get cocked either night, really. I had no bad influences around me, and Subes was on his best behavior apparently because he did not.
on.
Now we can't
sober
speak
as a
for
judge.
after, right? But we can't speak after the show because we left pretty much immediately. We didn't hang out. A lot of the people went to the cabbie shack after.
No reports though. No reports of bad behavior.
He's such a fucking mark.
Pat was in the presence of future WWE Hall of Famers today. So was McNeil. McNeil was in the company of those same.
Wow.
McNeil, I requested him to please ask if they would come on, and he didn't even want to talk to either one of them. He was. I heard. I wasn't there, but I heard he was scared. He didn't want to look like a mark, so he just stayed away.
Well, I'm sure he looked like a mark. It's easy for him to do that.
Yeah, Pat, I was telling Chris earlier that at Bio Dude, Subaru Steve just kept walking up to me and handing me lit joints and then walking away.
Right?
Yeah, I was just getting ripped. I had to walk back up to him like, dude, you got to stop doing this to me. I'm getting way too high to be here.
What did he come with? Like 10 of them?
Yeah, he just had a pre-roll pay, like 5 of them in a thing. He
Light him and pass him. Light him and pass him.
Subes was good. He behaved himself considering the previous weekend, how he behaved. Who knows if it was because he didn't have certain influences around him.
I think there's part of him that is doing the sober stuff on purpose. Like he's trying to
Behave.
not get to that point. You know what I mean? He's trying not to redo the comedy show.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see if we still get rescheduled after this.
I was going to bring that up.
We weren't doing jumping jacks over the show.
Yeah. Well, if I don't know, there's a lot of people watching. 16. So that might get attention. Actually, 16 is a good number when you're live. It really is.
No, I know.
Sometimes turns out to be some of our higher numbers. But I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the show. We had this discussion a couple times over the weekend. And I've always liked the show, and I just wish there was more of the podcast in the live show. That's my only real criticism.
I see what you're saying.
I
I like the Cullen thing. I like the movie kind of idea. I just wish I could see it again because I don't exactly remember the whole thing. I wish they'd put it on YouTube or like send it to the people that went.
That's not a bad idea.
That Cullen video was very long, so I would like to think that they would release that just somewhere.
I'd like to see it one more time.
Charge $10. People will buy a digital download of that.
Yeah.
Isn't even they have a Google Drive, right? Like, what was the thing that they were having people upload stuff to?
Yeah. I
They
forgot
could
about that.
on that, and you can just download it if you want to.
Yeah, I want to say they said they put a ton of work in. I mean, they did it when at Madawaska and everywhere. So I mean, I'd like to. More people should see it with better sound.
McNeil is scared of pussy.
Hit it harder, dude.
And we don't have to read that. We'll leave it up for a minute. If there was a commenter Hall of Fame in the category, there was like a subcategory of the Hall of Fame for commenters, and it was makes the least sense to what the conversation is, this person would be Hall of Fame first ballot every time.
Dude, Chris, you're just pretending, dude. That's not. That's pretend, man.
It's true. I admit it. I admit it. Do you think a guy, where'd that picture go, who is seen in profile like this is pretending much of anything? Tell you what,
DJ, were you at the show? Was DJ at the show? Did he say if he was at the show or not?
I think he was. His comments from earlier lead me to believe a chunk of people left at intermission. That is 100% true.
Do we have any confirmation that Ted Sarandis was at the show?
None.
I was looking for him. I was trying to. I know Box Eating Dad was supposed to meet up with him at some point. I don't know if that ever happened.
I told him you can come secretly and just be like, you can fucking just whisper and be like, oh. Yeah, McNeil is like watching from the beginning. He is such a fucking stoned asshole right now. He is fucking high as shit. He's probably on edibles and he probably dabbed. And so he's like, oh, look, these guys are doing a show right now. Let me watch it.
I mean, it sounded like he was driving when he popped in earlier, so not to blow up his spot, but maybe he was dabbing and driving.
He probably has a pen, so.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, the next live show is a Sacco show because those are good no matter what. Because it's really just a hangout, and then Kirk pretty much does a podcast at the end.
Yeah. And
usually going with the they have the tuner for the car, so then that usually works out pretty well. Chris needs the sneaks plan. I've started the sneaks plan, so I'm working on it right now.
See, I said this in the private chat earlier. I don't have the mental toughness for the sneaks plan. Something needs to be done for sure. I won't argue that. I mean, when you're again, best looking guy in the ring right there, but not good.
Killers on the Manny plan. So that's steamed vegetables and fucking half a container of fucking mustard. It works though. Manny looked fucking good when we saw him last weekend. He's fucking jacked up. He's got a tan. He's looking good. Subs funny, amusingly challenged him. It's funny. I was talking to Cowboy. Like I said, I was talking to Cowboy earlier, and I was telling him how Subs behaved himself because he was there last weekend, and he goes, I said, it's so funny that Subs pretty much challenged like the biggest guys there. He didn't ask me if I wanted to go outside. He didn't ask McNeil if he wanted to go outside. He asked
TRT might be the way to go.
Cowboy, who's a big guy and fucking bounced at the Middle East, and fucking sneaks.
Thank you, DJ.
Yeah, pounds. It's true. You don't have to you don't have to really exercise, Chris. Just cut out certain shit. Like don't drink soda for like a month and see what it does.
I'm not a big soda guy anyway. It's food that gets me.
Anything with like
food, it's snack cakes, it's fucking burgers.
Yeah, any of the sugar shit you gotta cut out. Just cut it out for a month and see what happens.
I'll be on the Pat plan.
And Chris will say, "Yep, no worries," and then he'll fucking get baked and be like, "Oh, I want these fucking snack cakes."
I mean, if I open my cabinets right now, I joked around leading up to because the cornhole thing, the makes me sick guy, who actually now I really should do a show with him. That guy was saying he was using his to make the seatings. He was using how many Twinkies he thought people could eat. If he had saw that picture of me, we would have had the number one seat. He would have tacked 15 more fucking Twinkies on there.
Yeah,
sure.
Easily.
But Twinkies aren't my favorite snack cake or even close. But I have an assortment of snack cakes at all times, which probably is why I look more like the second picture than the first here. To the first, I look good. I don't give a fuck. I look good. You can't tell the belly right there. Second,
Second, you look like that pregnant me or that emoji that Lamar Jackson tweeted out that time.
Yeah, a little pregnant. That's a
So-
food baby. And it might people will be questioning its heritage when it comes out because it's probably going to be brown.
See, so that would have been fucking funny as fuck if somehow Killer was around. Like if Killer wasn't in, northwest
Alaska,
fucking Canada, yeah, wherever the fuck he is. If he was there that night and Soups fucking asked him to step outside, I could just imagine what fucking Killer would have said to him. He probably would have smacked him, fucking open hand smacked him. The doctor's in the chat.
Yeah, I'm making sure I read through them.
The guy who brushes his teeth with a Snickers bar.
Why?
I bet Chris is the takeout king. Chris, can you confirm or deny?
I would not say king. No, but I don't make the best decision. So at where I work, there's a cafeteria, of course, and I walk right by the snack bar. I'm right by the salad bar to the easier to grab, or I'll tell them to make a turkey wrap or something like that, or I'll grab a slice of pizza, or I'll grab a burger. That's lunch, like every day when I could go to the salad bar. You know what I mean? There's healthier choices.
And you could always bring stuff too.
That would be cheaper, but that entails a certain amount of work that I don't know if I want to do, but I might have to. It might have to be done.
Do you think they could get Jay a promo code for BetterHelp to give him like 100% off his first time? Let him get him one in.
Can we find out when his 37th birthday is? Isn't that coming up soon? We could just chip in and buy it for him instead of the GoFundMe. He's going to set up for himself.
So nice not having to deal with him. Not having to have him yelling like a fucking retard into your fucking ear. So nice.
That was an upgrade for sure over the Portland show. Comments are hot and heavy. I don't want to end the show because people seem to be enjoying it.
Oh, I don't know if they're enjoying it.
So they're interacting.
I thought the clips from the show,
I
like,
agree.
the videos were better than Portland. The Jersey Jerry one with Big Cat and
I thought that one was good. Yeah.
The Dr. Dan one was hilarious too. Those were all really funny.
Just the sound just wasn't very good. That's about it. And I'm sure that's what he's going to mention tomorrow when he does the show. Oh, Titan wants you to reset the card.
There was no card. It was all off the top of my head, Titan. I'm getting better at this. It's taken 2 years, but I'm getting better. Not much, but a little.
John from Scranton.
He was on the Mayflower too.
Oh shit.
Sadly, no one missed Jay. No, I was pretty happy to not miss Jay.
Twitter says otherwise. What does he mean by that? Is there an outpouring of people who said, "Where was the mayhem? Where was that fucking retard with the fucking horrible breath?"
I mean, I didn't see it, but then again, I have Jay muted anyway.
I think the swingers were asking for him a lot. That was about it.
Oh well.
They knew they had a surefire thing there.
Oh, that's gross. Tabernacle. Yeah, I spoke with her. I told her you got to talk to Pig Virus, take that age restriction off. That's bullshit. Cut the shit, Pig Virus. You fuck. Hopefully that's exactly what she said to him, and that's why he tweeted out saying that I'm hearing that the 420 guys are actually big fans of me. Hopefully it was because Joe said verbatim, Pat from Amesbury says, Pig Virus, go fuck yourself. Take the age restriction off our videos, you fucking dumb shit. I'll fucking, if you were here right now, I'd fucking smack you one.
Yeah, so yeah, maybe that'll be lifted. Maybe we'll move on. Maybe we'll get in. We had a nice conversation with Dave about getting invited back on after they get back from their break. Possibly, we could have a conversation and reschedule. Now, to Pat's point, maybe we catch some blowback because of my opinions of last night's show, but I hope not. I thought I was just being honest. We'll see. Maybe they will be, maybe they won't. Odds are no one will pay attention to this because no one ever does. But then when I think no one will, someone does.
All Kirk has to say is what Razor Ramon said to Bam Bam when Bam Bam was bitching about the guys riding together. And he said, hey, they bought the tickets. They're in the seats. We got them. They know it's a work.
Dude, the dance thing though. When those kids came out on
That was good. I thought that was good.
that was I didn't know which way it was gonna go though.
I loved that Kirk and Mutt were dancing with them.
Is DJ ribbing us, or is this legit?
I don't know. I kind of hope he's ribbing us.
The opener with the dancing and stuff was pretty funny.
I liked the and I'm not a Justin fan. I've popularly said this before. But I laughed when I saw him cast as Kirk's dad and him reading the lines because you weren't expecting an Oscar caliber acting performance, but he did it and it was entertaining. So
Yeah, Justin killed it with the dances at the end. He got a huge pop. Boy, Mike got like 3 huge pops every time they said
I'm a big Mike fan. Big Mike fan.
You gotta be.
Mostly because I admire his weight.
Justin came over and wanted to talk Patriots a little bit, so we talked a little Patriots.
Yeah, and he didn't once bring up the Omega you invaded. Trying to think of the right word. One of my favorite moments because no one knew it was coming.
It's a work. For now, it's a work.
With memes, you never know. So what else? Do we have anything else to go over? Are we going to live off the comments? Because we can. Justin sucks.
Justin was very nice.
Justin's a good guy. He's a funny guy.
Well, I know you and Justin have a friendship. You've been in this car.
Spent some time in this vehicle. Something I would never do.
I would have pulled a Tim from Canton, but I would have done a leg cramp would have happened before I sat down.
Best weed place in Boston? I don't know because I don't buy weed in Boston. I buy it in Maine.
You know what's funny is I got something mailed to me with coupons to a dispensary today, and I haven't had that happen before.
They're good deals.
Haven't? No, it's actually not because it's just for the recreation side.
If you look at Mission and Georgetown, they have really good deals. Apparently,
that's what
flour and all that stuff. And I was even looking myself a couple days ago because I was driving by it and I was like, let me just take a look at their menu. And I mean, if you still smoke, I don't really smoke flour a whole lot. If you still smoke flour, I mainly smoke dabs. They have really good prices on eighths and halves and pre-rolls and all that shit.
That was the best joke of the weekend too, and we forgot it. Actually, not a great joke. It was a pretty funny pun though, where we walked in and we walked into Bio Dudes and they were trying to set up the matches for cornhole, and they go, "The 420 boys, good. We needed an eighth."
Yeah, that's right.
And I don't think they meant to make that joke, but it popped me. I fucking repeated it 4 times.
Yeah. I guess the biggest news from the show was Kirk announced he signed that 3-year deal.
I can't believe we buried that this long.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty big deal.
And Whitney had that tweet. It was like people were high-fiving each other. It looked like if the Pats won the Super Bowl.
The only thing because I didn't expect it, so if I knew that he was going to announce something that got like a massive pop like that, I needed to focus on that fucking one guy, that heavy set guy with the beard who fucking did the big cheer at the
I know
trivia because I knew exactly where he was sitting, and I thought of that afterwards. I'm like, fuck, man, he probably did the same thing. I should have been ready for that, but you didn't know he was going to say that.
No,
so
that was huge though. Happy to hear.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully it's for KMS shows and it's not like, oh, I'm only doing KMS for like one more year and then the other years it's going to be case stuff or maybe even golf stuff or whatever. But I'm obviously it's probably going to be for KMS shit.
I'm leaving Jay's latest comment up a little longer because it's probably the one time he made a comment that people should probably listen to.
It's helpful.
He might know.
I got this thing from a place called Zen Leaf. It was pretty good. This thing's been kicking my ass.
Yeah. Oh shit, Mr. Barstool. So a good weekend to see most of everyone. Very more tame and boring compared to Portland, which is
Very
good and bad.
I think it hurts when it's in Massachusetts because then everybody can just come down on Saturday.
You know what I think also hurt is that the hotel prices around there were ridiculous. I know a lot of people still got hotels, but I might have had more fun if we were there without having to drive back home, although the drive wasn't terrible. But I don't know. I feel like it's a different thing if you're staying over. Maybe I'm imagining. Maybe that's just in my head.
Get everybody to a central location.
So that's probably Dante, who that is.
Most likely.
I refuse to cross a border for karaoke. Would you cross a border for Saco then? Because that's not karaoke, shitbag.
Don't say that too loud. You might have just ruined Saco because you might have turned it into karaoke. When's the next show?
I don't think we have that much influence.
Plymouth was a bad spot. I don't know. Plymouth stinks. Well, it's a little beach town-ish, so it was all right.
I think you should do
the Rock.
I think you should do Newburyport next.
Newburyport wouldn't be bad.
Or Amesbury has a theater.
Yeah, do it close to Pat so we can do the meet and greet at his house, and we can all see him do retired cop face.
I don't know where fucking Squid was playing Hell Let Loose with fucking McNeil, so McNeil was giving him the whole fucking
Backstory.
Pat's fucking retired cop. He fucking stands there judging everyone, running everyone's fucking plates in his fucking head, standing there. And they got this, him and my buddy, when they brought that up, or they made the, they invented that or whatever, and they Googled retired cop, and that's the picture that they use for that shit. And at one point at Cabbie Shack, I was fucking just standing there like this, and Squid goes, "That's exactly what he fucking was talking about." You're fucking standing there like a fucking retired cop.
You're gonna go run somebody's plates? I'm
running all these motherfuckers' plates, and he popped for that pretty good. I think BA said he'll go to Saco if one of the shows is in Saco. Fucking, he can stay with me in Amesbury.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
So that's on the table right now, BA. You can right there. That's for you. That couch is for you. If they do a Saco show in October, you can stay here.
You got no excuses now.
So lodging is free. You don't have to pay for any lodging. I'll even feed you. I'll have tell me what you want. I'll put it in the fridge.
He will not let you do 3 days of cocaine without sleeping. He'll make you sleep in between.
I got 3 dab rigs down here that he can
put you to bed.
Yep, that'll put him to sleep. So that'll keep him on the straight and narrow for the weekends. He can still party, but that'll keep him level. So he's not way up here and not way down here, but right in the middle perfectly.
Yeah, right in that sweet spot. That's the way to go.
That's true. I don't think anyone wanted to be the wagon this weekend either. So people were probably kind of playing it safe.
I think so. And it was literally brought to our attention. It was Daver who brought it, so take that with a grain of salt. But brought to our attention that, I'm going to watch what I'm doing. I can't make sure. I don't want to be, when I see it's 420 somewhere come on Sunday night, I don't want to be watching something on me.
Doesn't always have to be like that.
I wonder how they ended up doing on alcohol sales.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, they were selling those all the booze was like $11. So, I mean, what's a 24 or what's a 48 case of beer? What's a 24 case of those? What were they, like spiked Arnold Palmers?
Yeah.
You know, you could probably get a case of those for like what, $30. So they definitely made out.
You just need to sell 3 to make your money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking. It definitely made some money because Minifans like to drink, and even the Minifans who don't like to drink, they like to drink a lot of soda. So
Yeah.
So that was me over the weekend. I must have drank fucking all I ever ordered was soda. But I tried to mix in some waters.
I must have had
I'm a water
27
guy.
peppers.
I could have got those Bud Lights where you get you get your money back if you send in the form or whatever it is, and then they could just make
Oh, right.
a ton of money.
We're getting some rebates.
Yeah.
Oh, they definitely did. There's always people in the lines getting stuff.
No, there's a reason why. I mean, there was a rush to the door at intermission, but that was mostly to the bar.
Right.
You know what I mean? There were those that didn't come back, but most did. The place was loud, so the vast majority of the crowd must have been having a good time. So most people probably didn't agree with my scathing review of the show, which I've tried to be as nice as I can.
You really took him over the coals.
I've tried to do the opposite because I want to somehow get in the studio.
I mean, yeah, the place was as loud as it ever was when Kirk made the announcement, and that was at the very end.
Yeah.
No, the second biggest pop was for Blind Mike. Everyone loves Mike.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mike, I just want to say out loud that I love Blind Mike. And I hope he someday comes on our show that's on KMS. Whatever the fuck it's called. Speaking of that,
the Riggs skit I couldn't really understand, so that I kind of got lost with that. I didn't understand what the whole deal was, and yeah, that was the video with Tim from Canton, Montante, and who else was in that? There was someone else, right?
Tim Riggles.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
that was the murder one, no?
Yeah.
I don't, like I said, it was hard to follow it, so I'm getting yelled at from upstairs. I'm getting heat.
Well, it's just about time to call this a night anyway. Wouldn't you agree? We've gone over what we need to go over, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I wish my mum didn't throw away my fucking Pokemon cards.
Specific to memes this week. Memes has been talking a lot about Pokemon cards lately.
Yeah, that ended
But,
up they just got busted for selling fakes.
That's probably what brought it up. I saw they were putting that story in the chat. So yeah, that's all we got, I think. Unless you guys don't have anything to bring up at the last minute, do you?
No.
All right,
3 more years.
3 more years. Hopefully, we have an episode for KMN. Hoping to record this week and then have it for as soon as the censors put it through. So we'll look forward to that.
We take a little bit of break. We got some stuff coming down the pipe.
Yep. And that being said, see you later, I guess, was the out button.
Do the right one this time too.
I'm trying my best. Trying my
Stars falling down, but that's fine with me. Chaos all around me, but I finally see nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. I said nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. Drop top, yeah, maybe. But my pocket's been looking tight lately. I've been looking for somebody come to save me. It's not my fault that you've been making me go crazy. Nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. I said nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. Nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. I said nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. I'm soaring with the clouds, I'm in my zone. I hear you talking loud, leave me alone. You had it all, you gave it back. You had my heart, girl, that's a fact. You got it wrong, you never asked. I'm getting stoned, what's wrong with that? Nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. I said
What are those clips
my
right
way,
now?
I'm
Chris
just
Smith
gonna
doing.
get
Damn,
high.
Chris Smith doing.
Nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high.
Fucking dumb Canuck.
Finally notice me. You make it so hard to breathe. Yeah, hard to breathe, but I smoke. Sky's falling down, but that's fine with me. Chaos all around me, but I finally see. Nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. I said nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. Drop top, yo, baby. But my pocket's been looking tight lately. I've been looking for somebody come to save me. It's not my fault that you've been making me go crazy. Nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. I said nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. Nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high. I said nothing's going my way, I'm just gonna get high.
This guy's nipples. Can you touch his nipples? Yeah. Bro, touch his nipples.
Oh my God!
Don't be a bigger man.
Oh my God! They're
Touch his
serious.
nipples.
They're serious.
Who's their neck?
They're serious.
Yes. Hey, guy, another gotcha moment. Oh my God.